Nomad makes.
Hi guys, and welcome back to the show. One of the first things you need to make sure when working with wood is that your stock is flat and square. I personally use my jointer or planer and thicknesser to do that, but as you've probably seen in one of my recent videos, I ran some screws through it and the blades on it are now completely useless. I've ordered some months ago, but they haven't arrived yet. I've actually ordered more from England now to make sure that I actually get them, but in the meantime we need to try to fix these up because it's a crucial process when working with wood, and I get to show you my sharpening process in the same video. So let's not waste any more time and get right down to this. There are two blades on this model and removing them are quite easy. The bracket that secured them are only held down by 4 screws. Here is some of the damage that running a few screws through the planer did to my blades. So I set to making a sharpening jig for the blades. This is the first iteration, let's call it the prototype. It is just a square piece of construction lumber and the slits I'm cutting is at 45 degrees and that matches the bevel on the planer blades. The blades are so badly damaged that I have no hope of getting a smooth cut again, but I at least need them to be sharp enough to carry me over until I get my new set of blades. The notches were so bad that I needed to flatten the back of the blades first, and I'm doing that on the diamond plate here. I believe the grit on this side is 360. This diamond plate was not very expensive, but it cuts quite well. However, I wish it was at least as long as the other stone you see on my right there. I've seen several videos where people make similar jigs to this. Some had notches in the sides to make it easier to drill 90 degrees to the planer blades. However, I want the screws to help push the blades into the slit. This may not have been ideal, as the screws were hitting the grinding stone. Well, you know, prototype, right? To check the alignment of the blades, I used this scrap piece of what used to be some IKEA furniture. I sometimes use this as a flat reference surface. It may not be as flat as a water-cut marble slab, but some people think the earth is flat, so this will do for my purposes. And Baby Vader agrees with me. While I do find sharpening my chisels and handplane blades relaxing, this did not work that well. I made the jig too wide, so it kept slipping off the diamond stone. And the diamond stone is too short to allow for long strokes. I tried going sideways to stop slipping off, but then there was so little surface cutting the blades that it took forever. And it kept slipping off both the front and the back. But with my evil taskmaster watching, I kept going. Okay, so that didn't work, and off camera I made two new jigs that were thinner, and one of them I angled to make a 5 degrees micro bevel on the blades. Taking the whole bevel to 45 degrees would have been slower than just swimming to China myself to get those blades. A quick rundown of my sharpening process. I first do the rough cut on the diamond stone with 360 grit. Then I flip the diamond stone over and use the 600 grit side. It is a little bit counterintuitive, but the side that looks roughest is the smoothest. To prevent contaminating the smoother 600 grit side, I wipe off the stone. A quick tip with this stone is to soak the 1000 side well for about 20 to 30 minutes, but leave the 6000 side out of the water and just soak it for 5 to 10 minutes. If not, the stone just becomes really mushy on the 6000 side and it doesn't really cut. Then it is over to my stropping board, and I use some green polishing compound for this. I got this sharpening method from watching Keith Brown at Rag & Bone Brown's videos on sharpening, and I'll leave a link in the video description. Pulling the blades in this direction didn't give me the burr I wanted, so I took the blades out of the jig and did the stropping freehand. I do not think these blades were meant to be resharpened, and I have to reiterate that I am only doing this to carry me over until the slow boat arrives with my new ones. Well, I wouldn't shave my face with these like Peter Millett did with his hand-planed blades, but I do believe this is a huge improvement. I have used this planer for quite some time now, and I feel just about ready to make a review of it, but you will have to stay tuned for that. However, one of the good things about this machine is that the blades are quite easy to adjust. There are two set screws that you adjust instead of the spring-loaded ones that you see on the better or more expensive machines. And personally, I think that this method may be a bit easier to adjust, since you don't need a magnetic jig and such. Now, I would never dream of giving a rude gesture to my viewers, so you may consider this a foreshadowing of the planer review video. With the planer blades resharpened, remounted and adjusted, Baby Vader decided it was time to test them out. By the way, connecting your shop vacs to this kind of remote controlled sockets is the greatest thing since sliced bread. This is the mark left from the worst notch that I couldn't get out, but the blades cut a lot better. Mission accomplished. And Baby Vader approved. So while I leave you with these beautiful shots of the planer in use, I have to say that this is it for today, guys. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please remember to leave a thumbs up. If this is your first visit to my channel, please consider subscribing. You'll find a Patreon link and affiliate links to products I use and recommend below. And for this video I have to say that I'll try to remember to leave a link for the Kingstone, but I won't leave a link for the Diamond Stone because I really don't think that is a good product. It's just simply too short. But if you want one, let me know. Cheers guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.